Hello, everybody. It is the Blind Coffee Man, and we have a twofer for you. We are going to try a new flavor of coffee, and we're going to demonstrate something that I got for Christmas. So we'll talk about all of that. But first, let us return. Let's go down to the kitchen and I will show you what all we have. Follow me, please. Right this way. Right down here. Oh, it feels good down here. Put this down here. Now, let me ready the cup. We're going to use a different cup today from what we normally use. I'll tell you all about this cup after the coffee is made. I will tell you about it and I'll demonstrate the cup. This is our first get together in 2025, so we will get some coffee made. I'm going to show you going to get the coffee out here in a second, but first let me ready our cup, our new cup. Now actually I'll go ahead and spoil it now, but I'll show you in a few minutes how this actually works. What I am holding here today, this is an automatic magnetic self-stirring coffee cup. Now there are many different companies that make this. This one that I have is, I believe this is called an HGalory. An HGalory coffee cup. And so there is a button on the handle, and you can use that to stir the stuff. It's self-stirring. You don't have to use like a stir stick or a spoon or anything like that. You hit the button and it will mix within the coffee cup for you. Now, this ain't a very big cup. This isn't like the cup we normally use. That's about 12 ounces, but I overfilled that. So I got the cup ready. So I hear you. Put the cup under the Keurig machine. I think I'll go for an 8-ounce cup. Hopefully that will not overfill. it overfilled the last time. Now this is what we're about to try. This is a new flavor which I have never had before. It is called Aspen Gold Coffee, and I'll tell you more about that once the coffee actually starts brewing. Now, I came down here this morning saying, okay, new coffee, so we have to grind it. Got the bag open, only to discover there's no need to plug in the grinder and use the grinder. This is medium ground coffee. It already comes ground. So now you just pour it in your container and go. This looks like the consistency of fine flour. Now I know that I was talking to the creator, Missy, of The Past Comes Alive, and she was saying, because she has one of those new Turkish coffee makers. On the Turkish coffee maker, they also have a special grinder you have to buy, and the coffee has to be. They say the coffee has to be the consistency of fine flour. So the fine flour, yeah, that's what this looks like. This looks like what I would imagine fine flour would be like. I'm no baker. And it's been a while. It's been a long time since I've actually seen fine flour. I have seen fine flour because I went to the Colorado Center for the Blind, and they teach you there how to make everything from scratch. There are no box mixes there. You learn how to do everything from scratch. So if you're going to bake something, do it from scratch. Rinsing off my hands. Okay, so a little bit of tip. Make sure that you have the cup holder for your filter, because if you don't put that in, then it's going to splatter your coffee all over the place. So put that in the cup, turn it, I'm using my right hand, so if you're right-handed and you do it, turn it to the left, it'll lock in place, and then you can do that. So here's what we have here. We have a new flavor of coffee. And I'm going to talk a little bit about this before we turn on the brewer and get started. This is Aspen Gold Coffee. It is from Boyer's Coffee. You can get it from boyerscoffee.com. Now this came about because, last month, yours truly, the Blind Coffee Man, celebrated his birthday. And if you are part of the Boyer's Coffee Rewards plan, if you're a part of the rewards program that they have, they give you a bag of coffee. They give you coffee for your birthday. And they had Aspen Gold Coffee. Now, I've never had this, so there was a promo code I gave my sister the promo code, and she was able to help me get this coffee. Now, I haven't had this coffee before, so I went online to boyerscoffee.com to look up, what this coffee was about. Now, so in looking that up, what is this Aspen Gold? So I'm reading the description, and it had this to say. It said, this is a quote from the BoyersCoffee.com website. I'm quoting what the description of the coffee. And by the way, they also have videos about this at BoyersCoffee.com. You can go get it. So for those of you who are curious, if you look for Aspen Gold Coffee at BoyersCoffee.com, it had this to say about its product. Said the BoyersCoffee.com website, quote, Aspen Gold is our #1 selling medium roast that was born in the Rocky Mountains. It reminds us of the famous golden mountainside in the fall. It is a rich and flavorful coffee that every coffee lover is sure to please. Well, let me rephrase what it said. It said, for example, it said this, quote, Aspen Gold is our #1 selling medium roast that was born in the Rocky Mountains. It reminds us of the famous golden mountainside in the fall. It is a rich and flavorful coffee that is sure to please any coffee lover. It further went on to say, quote, Aspen Gold has sweet floral aromatics and taste notes of honey sweetness, milk chocolate, and roasted nuts. The coffee has a smooth, buttery finish, making it perfect for any occasion, quote unquote. So that is what it says about that product. So with that being said, let's go ahead and brew this up. Now, I stated when we were still upstairs, I said, you know, I came down here, how about 8 ounces. I came down here thinking that I was going to have to grind the coffee and everything like that. Well, this was not whole bean coffee. As I told you, it was medium grind. It looks like fine flour. It looks a little bit coarser than well, it looks a little bit finer than the baking sugar. It looks like fine flour, I would say. Boyers has 2 different options for grinding. They have whole bean and they have medium grind. This is also available in 12-ounce bags. You can also get it in 2.5, or not 2.5. You can get this in 2 1/4 and 4.5 pound vessels. So you can get the coffee in that. I just try to imagine 4.5 pounds of coffee. Of course, if it were, you know, medium grind like this, I could probably imagine something like that. But to have 4.5 pounds of whole bean coffee, I'm not really sure. But yeah, you can definitely do that. And you can smell, it has a little bit of a nutty aroma, as you can hear the coffee brewing in the background. I decided to do an 8-ounce cup. I actually experimented with the cup and I did my usual 12-ounce cup, but it overfilled. So I'm going to try the 8-ounce cup, and hopefully this will not overfill with the sugar and the creamer inside of it. Well, the creamer especially, because the creamer is liquid. You can do powdered. So let me actually take and clean this. Let me clean this container. Actually, this container is. We have one of these miniature trash cans for the counter, and you put a sandwich bag in there. This sandwich bag looks like it needs to be dumped, and it looks like it needs to be replaced. I'll find the replacements for it. I believe they're on top of the fridge. Hold on. Whoops. I only need one. The bag's kind of stuck together. Whoops. I grabbed 3 of them when I only needed one. This box is almost empty. I think this is what you use for that. This might actually be too big. Doesn't fit in there. Okay. I think that'll do. I think it's a little bit oversized, but I think it should work. So, actually, let me put the original cup holder back in here while I'm thinking about it. I forgot to do this after my experiment. I'll take you back upstairs and have a talk with you over my cup of coffee, since I don't really have to grind it. This will be a little bit of a shorter video. It'll be shorter than I thought it was. So let me dissect or take apart this filter, and then just empty it out. This is you may not get all of this out, and that's okay. If you don't, the water will get it mostly out. You have to rinse this. Okay. So we'll rinse it. I'll show you how to show you how to clean this out, because there's still grounds in the bottom. So I'll show you how to do that now. Let me find. Now, actually, I'm going to set this to the side. And now we're going to, I'm going to put the lid on there. And now I can rinse this out. So here's how you rinse out this reusable coffee filter from Keurig. You can get it from the Keurig.com website. So I'm going to turn on the water and turn the filter upside down. Now run it under the water. And what it'll do is it will get the remaining coffee out. I use my other hand to help get the grounds out. I may get a few grounds under my fingernails, but that's all right. Rinse out the cup holder, the coffee in. That. Alright, so that's all cleaned out. I put that back on the paper towel to dry. Now, let's go over and check. Turn that off. Let's check the cup, make sure this didn't fill. Okay, 8 ounces is what it is. So, this is, as I stated, this is a self-stirring coffee cup. It is an automatic magnetic self-stirring cup. We put the coffee in there. Now, this is usually where I would reach for the stir stick and do that, but you don't have to do that with this cup. You just hit a button. There's a button here on the handle, and you just stir it. Now, there are many different types of these out there. The one that I believe I have here is the HGalory. You can get it, it retails at Walmart for $13.49, and it's a good buy. So, some of you who are into ASMR, you may be saying, well, gee, Coffee Man, how does this sound? Well, I will give you a moment of silence, and I'm going to hit the button, and I'm going to show you what this sounds like. This is the HGalory magnetic, automatic, self-stirring coffee cup. Here we go. this might be about done. I'll turn it off. Just hit the same button. And there you go. Now you can drink out of this. And I'm going to take you guys back up here with me. And we're going to talk more about this cup. And we're going to converse. I'm going to give you the usual roundup of channels that you can check out at your leisure if you'd like. Right this way. Go back to where we began. All right, hold on. Ooh. Phone wants to slip off of my shoulder. So we are going to now, because I need both hands to shut this door. There we go. So, this is the self-stirring coffee cup. Now it does not have a sippy top. It has a regular top. You want to drink, you have to remove the top and take sips from it. Now, there are a few things about this cup. Now you heard the cup has a motor. So, with that, we have some do's and don'ts when it comes to this particular cup. So, to prevent from destroying the cup, please, please, please do not set the cup in water. You may take the cup and rinse it out and run the little motor as I showed you. But don't sit it in water, because that'll destroy it. You cannot put this cup in the microwave. You should keep this cup away from fire and other things that heat up. You can put it under your Keurig machine, which is what I just did, but don't put it on the stove or anything like that. I probably would not recommend putting this in the dishwasher either, but it's a good little cup. And also, another important tip they tell you, please do not hit the button, do not press that button on the handle if there is nothing inside of there. This cup, you heard it has a motor. The cup has a rechargeable battery, and so I'm touching the battery compartment with my right thumb. It's got a little rubbery thing indicating that it has a USB charging cord. You don't have to charge it every day. You just charge it every time that runs low. My sister gave this to me for Christmas, and I had no idea they had this type of thing, so there you go. The one that I believe I have, like I said, I've seen a few brands. Temu has them for over $6. This one, I believe, came from Walmart. It retails for $13.49. I will leave a link for it in the comment section for you. And you can go and buy that if you'd like. It looks like a good little cup. And now, with that being said, let's try this Aspen Gold Coffee. It smells good. Let's see what happens here. It's good. It certainly lives up to its taste notes, which I gave you while we were in the kitchen. A little bit of a talk about the weather. Hopefully you guys have, to talk about a lot of things around the world while I drink my coffee. First of all, please keep these people in California, where the wildfires are just raging out of control. Please keep those people in your prayers. I have a few friends that are there, including one of my subscribers and YouTube creators, Natasha Shows. You can check out Natasha, her YouTube channel. I want to say hello to, I want to send a few welcome shout outs. I'd like to welcome Sibbity Tech, my buddy Austin. He wants to, one of these days you may see him join me for a video. I also want to plug Doing Everything Blind. Check them out. The creator there just started a tractor. I saw the notification of that before we jumped on the air, so check him out as well. Also, check out Kitten's Musings. You can do that. Check out Tiffany Gray's Life. You can check out Breed Kitty. Also, check out Nick and James' blog, where we will have a sports update for you. NFL games are going on as of this recording. Nick will break down the NFL games for you, so that'll come your way. Also, we will be talking about the snow that recently impacted this part of the country, the East Coast, and I'd like to take a minute to talk about that as well. In Central Virginia, we had 2 snowstorms impact us in the span of a week. Now, the first snowstorm, that was the most frightening. Why? You might say, well, gee, Coffee Man, snowstorms aren't supposed to be frightening. Well, here in our city, where I live, which is, Richmond, Virginia, we have water treatment facilities. And they're the places that water is filtered out, the contaminants and all the junk is filtered out. And so there was a pump failure at one of these water treatment facilities due to a power outage. So what happens? Well, water pressure drops. And they sit here and they say, oh, gee, well, the city doesn't have water. Well, that's just great, right? So, Monday, we are told we have no water. We have water, but there is low pressure. And there's also a boil advisory. And for those of you who don't know what the boil advisory means, it means that basically, if you're going to consume water, you have to first boil it. You don't have to boil the water to wash your hands, but if you are somebody in an older house and you do not have a dishwasher and you have to hand wash your dishes, then you must boil your water in order to hand wash your dishes. So we went through that. And so Monday, there was no water. Tuesday, they told us, oh, we got water restored, but just wait until the pressure builds up and blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's fine. But then there was another malfunction. we were told about that on Wednesday. And so they said, oh, well, Richmond residents are going to have to go a little bit longer without water. Well, we here got our water back on Wednesday, but there's no pressure behind it. So on Thursday, the pressure had built up, but we were still under the boil advisory. But at least the pressure had built up, we could take a shower, all that stuff. So they said, the water has been restored, so here's what has to happen now. We have to do a round of testing. And the testing will determine if there's contaminants in the water. Now, if the tests come back positive, meaning that there are contaminants in the water, then we're going to have to continue with the boil advisory. If the tests come back negative, which means there are no contaminants in the water, then we will lift the boil advisory. So they had the water tests about 16 hours apart. They did the first test on Friday. Test came back negative. All right, things looking good. They did the second test yesterday. That also came back negative. So they lifted the boil water advisory, which means that you don't have to boil water to wash your dishes. You use bottled water to brush your teeth. That's what we do. That's what we did. So we have water back now. So that is a good thing. And this coffee is very good. Also, I mentioned some of the channels that you can check out. I said Nick and James blog. Check out Hannah Hart Music. I believe we mentioned Doing Everything Blind. We mentioned Kitten's Musings. Also, check out our special Awesome Family. Check out A Match Made in Heaven, ASMR from a blindness perspective. You can do that. Fun Times with Daniel. Christie's Happy Place. Check that out as well. For content similar to this, check out the Far Out World of Coffee Creation. You can do that. You can also check out our friends at The Past Comes Alive. And the creator of that wrote me earlier because they also are fans of coffee. And one of the things that we have, or one of the things that they have in the Midwest, in like Michigan and some parts of Ohio that we don't have on the East Coast, and I'm envious. They have, because they're so close to Canada, they have Tim Hortons, the bakery. And so they found Tim Hortons coffee in K-cup form. I'm kind of curious about how that tastes. I'd like to get the Tim Hortons donuts as well, or the cupcakes. Also, you can check out Bree Kitty. You can check her out. She does music and things like that. Check out Bree Kitty. For those of you who are NASCAR fans and you're into candles and things like that, check out Blind NASCAR Fan. Check her out, and she'll show you how to actually make candles and things like that. You can check her out as well. So just a list of, also check out Tiffany Gray's Life. You can do that. And also, this channel, this is actually brilliant. Check out the Random Blah podcast. That's what they call it. So check out the Random Blah. They do really good work over there. They are actually not subscribed to me that I know of, but go and check them out anyway. Check out the Random Blah. Also, check out Blind NASCAR Fan. Tell them the Blind Coffee Man sent you. You won't get any perks, just tell them that I sent you anyway. And they do good work. There are other channels as well that you may check out. And yeah, so make sure that you give all of those a check out. Those of you, some people that do not have YouTube channels who subscribed, I want to say hello to Katie in Georgia. I want to say hello to her. I'd like to say hello to Nearest. I hope you stay safe, my friend. Nearest is in the path of the wildfires. Hopefully you will stay safe. As well as Natasha. Natasha and Nearest are in the path of those wildfires, so hopefully they will stay safe. Also want to say hello to Angela, who is also subscribed to us here. And so you'll be getting this later today. I'll put, like I said, I will put this coffee cup, the self-stirring cup. I'll put a link to it down in the comments. You can go and get that if you want. You can buy it, at least look at it. So there you are. And also, because it came from the company, check out Boyer's Coffee. They have a YouTube channel as well. If you are part of the rewards program and you subscribe to the YouTube channel, you can get reward points for that. If you show them, I mean, I don't have this platform, but they are, they like Instagram. Boyer's Coffee has an Instagram. You can show how you're enjoying your coffee on Instagram. They may give you rewards for that. If you follow them on X and Facebook, they'll give you rewards. And the rewards points, if they build up enough, you can get things like free bags of coffee and things like that. So, of course, yes. That is what is going on here. Now, we talked about the weather, and I mentioned that yesterday because as I'm recording this, as we're holding this taste test, it is January 12th, and every Saturday we have another installment of the Bro Show. Nick from Nick and James Blogs and we have that show. I mentioned this on the weather. I mentioned the update on the weather during the Bro Show. You can catch the Bro Show every Saturday from 2 to 7 p.m. Eastern, 1 to 6 p.m. Central. That is on 98.6 The Mix, Server 2. We are also available on In the Eye Radio, INTHEEHOSTING.info, :8000/radio.mp3. If you listen on In the Eye Radio, which is also available via the iTunes radio app, we will have a pre-show every Saturday for you, which will be around 1:45 p.m. Eastern, 12:45 p.m. Central, and 10:45 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. So, or Pacific Standard Time. So, 1:45 p.m. Eastern, 12:45 p.m. Central, 10 3/4 bells Pacific time. 15 minutes before the main event. And then you can stick around. We have in the show the Bro Chat. It gives you a chance to interact with us. It gives us a chance to interact with you. You want to interact, you can call our request line when it's open, and we will take care of you. Also, speaking of radio shows, you can check out the Relaxation Station. That is on 98.6 The Mix. That is the main server, server 1. http://986 The Mix. 986 THEMIX period COM :8532/stream. And that is what you can do. Please excuse me. That was not part of my instructions. But yes, you can listen to the Relaxation Station every Friday from 4 to 8 p.m. Eastern, 3 to 7 p.m. Central, 1 to 5 p.m. Pacific time. So again, 4 to 8 p.m. Eastern, 3 to 7 p.m. Central, 1 to 5 p.m. Pacific time. And that is standard time now. The clocks actually went back in November. We fell back. Coming up in March, we will spring forward, and we will revert back to daylight savings time. So that is what is going on. That is what is happening coming up. We also have, for the holidays, we have peppermint cream coffee. That was from the holidays. Boyer's Coffee had that as their flavor of the month. Every month they have a new flavor. This month, for January, their flavor of the month, amaretto. So make sure you get your amaretto coffee for those of you who love amaretto, and make sure of that. Well, as we often say around here, there's no more coffee in it. So because there's no more coffee in it, I guess it's time for us to get on out of here. But thank all of you for joining us. This has been the Blind Coffee Man. I will see you back here again next time. Well.
Speech on. Had one loaded with air timer. Pause button.
We do not want to end, I guess.